Oh, I did see something fall out of the locker.
Oh, okay, well.
So maybe it has something to do with that. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Stop banging your head, goddammit, Red. Okay.
Oh.
Rewind it a little bit.
Is it glove?
It's a glove, yeah.
Oh, it's a whopping big spider.
Please watch closely. This is the contradiction of the part I showed you earlier. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things falling out of when doors are open, I have to fall out and roll. Oh, God damn it. Didn't even read the fucking rest of that, but whatever. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? I kind of wish they just cut that bit out and just showed when Goodman just walked in. Like, the first half wasn't really necessary since we know the light was on. The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Don't we have a glove? Do we have a glove? I swear there was a...
Yeah, this one here.
Oh.
Actually, we never really looked at it, did we? The tag says SL911. I guess there's another piece of evidence from that case.
You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing.
Huh? Anyway, what's so confusing about that?
Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag.
I don't know why it's an X versus a Z, but whatever.
Nag? Are they talking about old bag?
No.
Zag? Is it?
No, that's me.
Oh, sorry.
Is that a word?
Do you challenge me?
Fuck yeah, I challenge you.
Do you challenge me, foolish mortal?
What? No, that's me. What are we playing? A word game now? Okay.
It's time to do. Gets out the freaking wristboard thing.
Anyway.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents.
Hang on. It's a rubber glove.
Do we present it?
Unless it tells us to.
Okay.
We can't present it during the middle of scripted bits. Also, it's a dual disc.
Good. I just pulled out fucking slap Edgeworth of it, be like, this is it! It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there's just might have been something that fits that description. But sir, by insulator you mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What's this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It was the rubber glove. It's the only thing we have.
Like a glove?
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that wasn't the case. The lip lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened the locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir! It would appear so, sir. Order, 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 order. So, are we to believe, then, that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. Prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Am I a joke to you? Very well, begin your testimony. Mystery Man 2.
Going up the rails on a crazy train.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. Here we go.
Listen, the time we ever sing a song is because they freaking reference a lyric at the very best.
I'm sorry.
And Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train does not appear anywhere here.
Sorry, I was watching Blue Man group videos earlier where they do that on the drum things. It's just stuck in my head.
Anyway. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must have to enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. You do realize he could have just stolen the card, right?
Yep.
An ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor.
That's you.
Oh, the ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID card. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due to transfer. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be a rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'll even give the V for a victory sign, sir. You still have the other hand for that.
That's holding my microphone.
Oh, shit. Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, no one ever knows what he might say until the very last second. Wait, what the hell did Emma was trying to say?
Couldn't you just use his right hand for that?
Yeah.
That's great.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't easily forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you? Keeping it out in the open like that. Maybe I should just wear it around my neck. I shouldn't wear it around. Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony.
That was why Goodman was writing up that lost item thing. He lost his ID. Wouldn't that make sense? Because we have a thing somewhere that he was writing up, that card thing, he's writing up a lost item report. Doesn't say what it is, but... yeah, that's why he couldn't put the ID down, he couldn't remember his number. Or either that, or he's putting down he lost his trench coat. Nah. But... yeah, he probably couldn't remember his number.
Yeah.
So whenever we're prompted, we get to give that.
Let it be noted that this is the record the witness refers to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
I do. So it is, Your Honor.
Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide evidence. Mommy, is the mom in Bad in Blues a murderer? Shh, don't stand him. You got the wrong color, kid. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak to you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. But now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Must be so difficult for him.
Nah, this is a weekly thing.
Yep, he'll probably be accused of something next week.
Yep. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled out a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all you have to do is show it to you. There wouldn't be any kind of any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got.
Actually... this is... oh... fuck. When did the murder take place? Do we have the autopsy? Death 20... okay.
First.
21st. Yeah, so... there's no time listed, but it does say he lost his card on that day. And not that one. At the time of the crime, the detective had to use his card. Okay. Not that. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not very good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police station. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out a report.
Let me guess. You believe there's something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Also, I think he is wearing socks there now. Order. Does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Prove it. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Ah, shit.
What?
Oh, wait, no. I almost had a heart attack. I was about to say, well, wait a minute, how the hell did he enter the evidence room? But then again, he stole the car, whoever it was stole the car,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. Anyway. Yes? What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake.
Oh.
In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is... Well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
Hey, now you're pointing your finger at us.
Yeah, I'm pointing my big meaty sausages at you. What are you gonna do?
Hey, don't you point at me.
Don't you point those filthy green sausages at me.
Not that.
No.
That was not the joke I was getting at. I was talking about the Spider-Verse one where the two Spider-Men are pointing at each other.
I know you! No, I was thinking of the from Shrek 2, the Fairy Godmother. Don't you point those fat green sausages at me!
Anyway, this isn't going to end well.
Well. It seems you finally realised exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
The fact that the murder didn't take place in the evidence room, which means that the body, possibly we could have cleared Lana's name of murder in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The fence has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So,
The real crime could only have taken place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murder being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. Murderer, sorry. The evidence is compelling.
that's here.
A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Ah!
Well, we just got swiggity swooped.
I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was this victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana.
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this?
Object?
Well, we have to because there was Jake Marshall's handprint on one of the doors, so... One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. But I almost walked right into that prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. That is true. Oh, don't tell me there's more footage. Yeah, that we didn't see earlier. Wait, was that cloth there before? However, it cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, a large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texan Ranger to stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean?
Your Honor, the defense will like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
Prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? Jake Marshall. Officer, Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
Prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. Shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess.